They be like, oh, no, you're not. It's yes, I am. Let me see.
So you trying to tell me I Welcome back to This is the Real Hustle Podcast, where we keep it 100, have real conversations with real people. Today, I have a special guest. I call her baby, but her name is Lola. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you for
Like,
having me.
no, seriously. What? No, thank you for coming. When I seen you coming, I was like, oh, nah, let me make sure I
It's
DM
real.
her. Yeah.
I came through that door, honey. I was prepared.
I'm talking about listen, because I've been having people saying they want to come, and they like, okay, when you available, and they be like, oh, I'll let you know. Baby wasn't playing.
It ain't that season.
Hello.
It's my season.
Talk to him.
Thank you.
Huh? Say clap that. Clap that. Okay. So before we start, yes. I always do like icebreakers.
Okay.
All right. So there's some questions. Whatever comes to your mind first is what you say.
Okay.
All right. And it's not nothing crazy, just FYI. Okay. Okay. If you could describe your energy today in one word, what would it be?
Outrage. I don't know why. Outrage is more of a just air.
Okay.
Just air.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm just air.
Okay. Okay.
Outrage.
Okay. I'll take it. If your life had a theme song right now, what would it be? What is that?
It's like more. I don't know. It's more of silence. Like I've had a thing song more of silence, but it's like smooth. Like go with the flow.
Okay.
Let everything else take its course.
Okay. Okay. City life or quiet nature? Which one feeds your spirit more these days?
Nature.
Me too.
I'm a nature girl.
Me too. Well, I ain't gonna sleep in nature. However, I do like to put my feet in the grass and all that, and I have my shoes on because I feel like that's how you get grounded. That's how you connect back to the world, the earth. Yeah. Yes, energy.
Yeah.
Okay. What's something simple that's been bringing you joy lately?
Peace. I've been at peace since the year started. Like I left everybody behind.
How did you do that? Because
I prayed for it.
When my
brother got killed in front of me in 2020 on Father's Day, from that point on, everything just been disturbing. And I prayed from relationships, friendships, go back to friendships, go back to exes. I'm like, this is not it.
Yeah.
So as I got older, like I just turned 26 on my birthday, like January 28th, I just turned 26.
Okay.
So from that point on, I just been at peace.
Yeah.
I ain't been arguing with nobody. You're blocked.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining anything. You're blocked. I just been solo dolo.
It's crazy because I'm looking for the same kind of peace. I promise. And I didn't know your brother got killed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. I deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So it's
I
like
bet.
it's coming up. It'll be 5 years coming up, girl.
Damn. But it still don't get no easier. Mm-mm. You know what somebody told me? Well, I think I may have seen it on the video. I've been telling everybody that I can because it's real. Mm-hmm. So grief is love that just is trapped, that has nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. So when your people pass away, it's like the love that you would give them, you don't have nobody to give it to. So it's just bottled up inside of you, and you got to figure out a way to release it. Right. And until you release it, like you'll feel it like it's just happened yesterday. Right. And it sucks because it could take forever.
Yes.
How can I give somebody else this kind of love? Mm-mm. It's crazy. Dang, I'm sorry though. I know what that feel like. It's for real.
It's traumatizing for me because I deal with it on day-to-day basis. Like anything I do, or sometimes I could just talk or have a conversation. Sometimes I don't mean know what I'm saying because my mind go blank, and once it go blank, I witness the 15 bullets, the gunshots.
Damn.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? And then I go to my car, or I would just walk, and then I would just get heat flash where I just break down like, oh yeah, girl, you set yourself back, you know.
Dang, but not even purposely. It's just happening.
It just happens.
Dang.
So when my mom say like, you need to go get some help. When people say get help, I kind of get offended because it takes me like, yeah, I act like I'm on drugs, and I'm not.
So wait, what would you rather them say?
I don't know. I guess it's how they say it.
Yeah. Okay. You know? Delivery is everything.
And I'm like, and the times I want to talk, I don't want to talk about it because it's like, It passed on already. So I keep a lot of stuff in. I'm a loner. Yeah. So I don't talk to people. Like my relationship I was with for 2 years, he never gave me open arms. So I was abandoned in that relationship. So I never experienced anxiety. I was having the shakes during the relationships. I was having emotions. One day, me and him argued. I texted my mama, I texted my cousins, I texted my aunties randomly on Facebook. Don't leave me. I didn't know what I meant by that, but I felt lost. Yeah. One day, the next day after church, well, at church service, girl, I was just walking like this, like I was just hot, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" So I had to keep praying and praying and praying, and it's like, yeah, this is not gonna get no easier. And as you get older, it's like it's nothing but peace and pray.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, real quick. Speaking of them saying help, even though we all passed the damn, I still got icebreakers. Okay. But wait, I got a question. So when people say get some help, they low key referring to therapy, right? Mm-hmm. Are you opposed to therapy?
I've done therapy with my transition.
And how's that?
It's been 10 years for me. Yeah. So I've really just.
Oh, so not for your brother though?
No.
Do you feel like it was helpful when you transitioned? Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you feel like it would help? Like with,
yes,
it's like PTSD almost.
It's PTSD.
Yeah.
I already had PTSD previous before his death. So that added the cake to it. So like, yeah.
So you wouldn't go with it?
I would.
Yeah, but just when your time.
I just don't know when.
Yeah, it got to be your time because if not, you won't receive it.
Right.
Period. Okay. Now, what's one thing about you people usually get wrong at first glance?
My height.
Man, because how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Ain't no way.
Because people think I'm short in my pictures.
Listen, baby, when I first saw you, you tall, but when you just came through the door, I was like, damn, she tall, so I feel like a little kid. For real, looking at you. Okay, so this is the last one.
Okay.
What's one thing you're proud of yourself lately? Like, what makes you proud? Oh, yeah, I did that. You don't know? Not one thing. Okay, so if I can give you an example, well, one thing that when I look at you, that I can say I'm proud of is that you just authentically you. Yeah. Like unapologetically, seriously, like, and you come and demand your respect and presence is like powerful. Like seriously, every time I see you, it's like, yeah, this me. Yeah. And that's what I love about you. For real, when I met you, that was the first thing. Like, you should be proud of that because a lot of people can't. Like, sometimes I can't even walk in a room with that much confidence. Seriously, without feeling like, oh God, what is people saying? But when you walk in a room, you demand it.
And I think, and you said it because the word is confidence. Yeah. And I was talking to a person yesterday about it. I said my confidence, and my confidence is so beyond. It's so strong. Yeah. And if I'm irritated, you're gonna feel it. Yeah. I don't gotta say anything to you. Yeah. You can just read off my face expressions. And for people to be like, oh yeah, I like her attitude. Your attitude's there. That's why I feel like I can do podcasting. I can feel like I can have my own YouTube channel or be on TV. Because it's a lot to be said.
No, seriously, I can agree with that. I think you'll be dope. I ain't gonna lie. For real though. Because a lot of people don't have that confidence that you got. Seriously. No. And then, like, even if when you walk in, it's like, okay, she nice, what she mean, but heart is pure as hell. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about pure. So, and then when I first met you and we started talking, I was like, oh, I'm in love. I love her. For real. My sister was calling you baby, and it's like, that just stuck. Because it's my baby, too. So I'm like, yes. That's me. Okay. So we got through the icebreakers, right? And I got like topics. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you some of the topics, and I want you to tell me where you want to start, or should I just ask you like where do you want to start from the beginning, or what do you want to talk about?
I'm the type of person I like transparency. Okay. We're gonna start from the beginning.
Let's do it.
So there could be some understanding.
Absolutely.
Then work our way up.
Come on, let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
Come on, get into it. Come on.
My topic?
Yeah. Wait, where we at? Start from the beginning. First, who are you?
I'm Lola, honey.
Hello.
Legendary.
Talk to him. And Lola, where did Lola start? Where did she come from?
As far as what, like childhood or
yeah, like
born or
yeah, childhood. What was that like
I'm
for
from
you?
Compton, California.
Are you for real?
From Compton, California. I got
Red or
family
blue?
blue.
Okay, talk to
But
me.
then again,
No, leave it there. But go ahead,
since I'm not there, I'm all colors.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
But I got family here in Kansas City. My daddy from Chicago. Speak. Mm-hmm. Oh, my bad.
We good.
My dad's from Chicago.
Okay.
Half of my family here is in Kansas City, and the rest of them are in Chicago.
Wait, how did you get in California?
Well, mama, was traveling.
Oh, okay. Did you like it there or no?
Well, I went back after high school and stuff like that. I understood more, whatever, why I came here.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I went to school here. I graduated from here. My mama, she's from Kansas. So when she had me, she was in California.
Okay.
And so it was more of like, damn, a little bit this, a little bit that. When I stayed in Chicago, I'm like, this is where I should belong.
Okay, so when you came here, how old was you?
I was about probably like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
5 or 6. And then when I graduated high school, like before I graduated, like spring break and stuff like that, I would go back
to California
in Chicago and stuff like that. So it was like after a while, my brothers came. My twin brother, the one that got killed, he ended up coming from Chicago.
You a twin?
My twin brother.
I did not know you was.
We're not biologically twins, but
okay.
we call each other twins because we look alike. Okay. Everybody has short hair, long hair, just some features.
Got you.
He came from Chicago here to change his life around. Mm-hmm. So my other 2 brothers stay in Chicago. My baby brother and sister stay in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So we're not close. Me and my oldest are close, and the one that got killed is close. Me and my baby brother and sister were not close.
So who's out here now?
Just me.
How was that?
It's
feel okay?
No, lonely.
Wow. So
because if something goes down, I can't call, bro. Just in the third, sis. Just in the third. I can't.
But you choose to stay. Why?
I've been ready to leave since I've been ready to go. I haven't been nowhere for real. All I've been is Chicago, Cali, Detroit, drove down to Memphis. I've never been to St. Louis. Never been to Texas. Never been to Atlanta. Never been to New York. None of that. Like I've always wanted to go, but something telling me like, just go. And I think it's because my mama. I'm her only child. I'm her only child, or whatever. And I just feel like you can't let your mom hold you back. And I held myself back too because like I don't know much about traveling.
Okay, that's easy.
I don't know much about traveling. I feel like men know more because they would tell you like, oh, don't take this route. It's gonna take you the long way. Take this route. It's gonna take you the short way. Then it's like we get off this plane or train, whatever. And the thing is, I never been on a plane.
What in the world? So y'all was on the train and driving when you was back and forth? Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Mm-hmm. How did I know that ride was long?
But when I graduated from high school, me and my ex-boyfriend, we took a train to San Diego. Mm-hmm. It took us 2 days to get there and back.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to fly.
But all this shit going on on this plane.
Yeah,
but then again, I don't know.
Okay, maybe not right now. Not right now. But plan it.
Then, yeah. Because I'd rather drive too.
I mean, I know a lot of people rather drive, but going to like Houston, that's like 10 hours.
Really?
Heck yeah. I mean, I used to drive back and forth to Texas, so it's cool for me to go to like Dallas and then take a break, and then because it's like I think 3 hours, 4 hours away or whatever from there. So if we do that, and it's easier. However, if you fly, you get there in 2 hours. It seemed like. So exactly. Yeah. So eventually,
I'm gonna travel this year. That's the plan.
Yes, and if you need help figuring it out, this is what I do. I enjoy traveling. I absolutely love traveling. So tell me, I can help you figure out. Okay, so this is how you do. We can FaceTime, and I'll walk you through the
At that point,
steps.
we can go together because I don't
I
know
mean
where to
that
go.
too. No, dead ass. So we got some trips planned. We could talk about that. We got a few trips planned this year, but a couple of them are on
I like it's the vibe for me.
Okay.
Going down with my shades, my inches, and
Yes.
27 piece if needed, and my
Hello.
hat.
Hello. Listen, and on the plane, your gum and your headphones because ears be popping and some more stuff. But we're gonna be safe because we believe in God. God got us. At the end of the day, ain't no plane gonna take us out of here.
Nah.
We good.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. So when you came here, all right. So for the people that don't know, you transitioned.
Yes.
And now when did that start?
I started my transition back in 2015 or 16. My sophomore year, junior, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. How did you first? When did you realize that you was like, I'm gonna say, tell me if I'm wrong, in the wrong body?
Well, first I didn't know what that was.
Okay.
It started off me living comfortably already, coming out of school a different way.
Really?
Only because my mama.
Okay.
Only because I was making I was having a whole theory in my head. I had a whole life made up. I started a fake Facebook page, living as the person as I am now, as a different name. I had a whole thing where I had a baby, I had this, that, and the third.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why I was like, my life started off there, and it progressed, but at the same time, it was a false life.
Yeah.
I didn't know what transgender was, because people always thought I was biological. When I had dreads, when I had a mohawk, when I had a fade, when I had whatever, people already thought I was an actual girl. But I never been in a harm situation because the guys I've dated, they was, it was cool, But when that time was coming, I was on my period, and I'm not comfortable, and I felt like they caught on after a while. But I saved myself because I'm like, I stopped talking to him because at the same time, it was a lot of developing going on, And so one day, some dudes came to my house one day. My mama, she was in her room doing her homework, and some dudes was like, "Yeah, just such. Tell me to come for some iPod, the iPod thing, whatever." And I was selling it, but I was like, "Well, the other person ain't here." I was telling my sister ain't here because she got it. They waited like 5 hours, knock on her door. My mom was like, "Who is these niggas?" And I'm like, I don't know such. And they said the name, and mom was like, "Who's the name? Who you looking for?" And my mom was like, "Come here." Came, and the dude was like, "Her." And I was like, "That's not such. That's my son."
So that's when everything came out.
That's when everything came out. But after a while, I was still living a double life still because when we moved from the south side, we ended up moving up north. The new school changed my life around because it was so open and engaged and trying to get understanding and all these different transgender bathrooms and different things like that going on at the time. But me, I always been in an actual girl's bathroom. I don't go to no gender bathroom, whatever I said. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
I go as I'm pleased.
Yeah, you claimed it.
And that's what they received me as, but they were so patient. So it took me to commit suicide for my mom to understand what's really going on.
How old was you?
I'm 26 now, so I was like 17, 18 at the time. Yeah, because during the school at that time, at the school I was at, which is Grandview, I was doing so much. The bullying and harassment. I was sexually assaulted in the basement in my apartment complex. That's what started.
Really?
Because I was hot. There was a lot going on, and I was threatened by 3 dudes wanting me to do or sex with them, and I couldn't do it. And I was like, I had to do it because one dude over here at the door with a knife. If I don't do it, I'm dead. But that's when my mom called out for me. And that's when I ran out the door and she seen all this nut on my shirt. And I didn't tell her what's going on. She asked me if I knew the dudes. I don't know who they are. And I was like, hey, I was suspended from school. I couldn't sleep. The hell you want me to do? She sleep. I'm outside at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what my mind was on. I was young.
Yeah.
So also I was battling with that and this whole figure myself out.
Identity.
Yeah. So it was a lot going on at the time. So when we moved, that's when I tried to commit suicide. It took her to understand that because before that, well, let's take it back.
Okay.
When my mom was pregnant with me, they told her she was having a girl the whole 9 months of pregnancy. They didn't know what gender it was. They didn't know how it was positioned. Okay. So they kind of call that a non-gender thing where they couldn't see my gender. It was just the way I was.
Yeah.
So I had 2 baby showers, like 10 different bags of clothes from the church and stuff like that. And then they was like, oh, you having a boy? Mom said, what? A boy? She was like, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
And
she's like, what the heck?
She had to figure out a whole different name and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was like, Lord behold. So I say 3rd grade, that's when I knew something was different. I always felt feminine. I always liked the guys. I never kissed a girl, never had sex with a girl. It was always guys. And I was like, I don't think I'm gay. It was just a natural feeling that I was having, and and boys was just attracted to me naturally. It wasn't just, oh, are you this, that, and the third. Now, that was elementary school. Mm-hmm. Middle school, I was getting the same thing, but I was getting questioned. Is that a girl? Is that a boy? Is that a girl? Is that a stud? And that's a stud. No, that's a girl.
So wait, in middle school, how was you dressing for them to feel that way?
I was dressing normal, like
just regular.
Just regular, like, and I think my height was conflicting with people because it wasn't too many girls. My height was one, but she was actually a girl because she played basketball.
Okay.
And it was just me and her, 2 different grades. She was tall, I was tall, but I was like, well, shit. But the questionings was starting to interfere. This, then the third, and principal was getting called, and meetings would start having, come and play, and it was just a lot. So that's when that was the suicidal stuff coming about. After that, then that's when Mom was like, she called me at the psych place, and when she said she loved me, my heart dropped because I'm like, do you really love me? Because I always battle every time I get into it. It's like, I was like, you don't love me. You don't love me.
Why did you think she didn't love you?
Because when she was pregnant with me, she didn't want to hold me. And that's only because she was tired. She delivered, she had a baby, and I understand at the time. Right. So I felt like I wasn't loved.
Right.
So I was like, well, fuck. Like, well, then, ever since then, it bothered me for so long because I never understood it. Like, well, why do I not get love? Like, what's going on? So my grandma was like, well, maybe you're seeking love a lot. This and the third. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like that's the only thing that was missing.
So wait, how long did that last with your mom, like, not holding you or you feeling like she didn't love
you? That led up all the way from that point on, it led up all the way to suicidal.
And did you ever have that conversation?
We had that conversation in the place.
Okay.
Because she asked me, what is it? And I tell her, I'm like, well, I felt like this.
Yeah.
Every time I look in the mirror, I see a girl. I don't see no guy. It's just a girl. Red lips, lashes, long hair, brown skin. That's all I've ever seen.
When you looked in the mirror.
When I looked in the mirror. And that's when I'm like, this is who. But I matched the face when she was at work. I was in her makeup. I was in her mascara and all that. I was like, this is who I see. It matches. It was like a sister. Every time.
Wow.
Now, I don't see that face no more because now I'm her.
Absolutely.
Now it's like, okay, I'm comfortable now. Wow. So it took, when I say I want to transition, I feel like a girl, when she said, well, let's do it then. She said, if that's what you really want to do, I'm okay with it.
And what did that feel like?
I just smiled. I just smiled.
Yeah, I know.
Then she started smiling. Thank God. Because that's all it took. Because I was going to kill myself in front of her at the hospital. But we had like a conflict going on at the house before it led to the hospital. Because I'm like, it's too much going on. Yeah. Everything was coming out. Everything was just like, oh hell, I'm about to end it. Yeah. So it took that suicidal for her to understand my life. And now we like best as friends. We're close as hell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I still feel guarded because I don't want her to know everything. You know, because I'm like, hell, I feel like her life would transpire to me when it comes to the lack of support and, you know, her praying for her brothers to, you know, to bring a village around me. I still don't got a village. And ever since then, when it comes to help, people make help as a problem.
Help when it comes to help for you?
Just anything. This and third. You know, like when people die, they'll be like, if you need anything, call me. Or
I'm telling you,
it's always something. Yeah. But it's like when the time comes, if needed, you know where to be found, and that's a problem for me. And I think that's where what's the issue coming at.
So do you feel? Because a lot of people always say you can't be born like that. What do you think about that?
I mean, it takes time. It's a process thing. It's a choice. It's a choice of feeling. Like, yeah, everybody felt this way. It's a choice to go that way or you don't. But it's a natural feeling. It's a natural thing.
So you feel like everybody, even if you have those thoughts or whatever, you choose what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Okay. But with you looking in the mirror and seeing
that's a choice. Yeah, that's a choice.
You're like, oh no, that's me. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because my mom thought it was I planned that in my head. It wasn't planned it. Because if I planned that a long time ago, I would have been done it. Yeah. But after a while, it was like, nah, this is how I feel, and this is what I see. And after ever since you told me that I was supposed to be a girl, and that's also clicked in too, because I'm like, well, hell, what the fuck am I supposed to be? I ain't supposed to have this.
Yeah. So it's like this had already been a thing.
It's already been a thing, and I already had natural born estrogen because I was supposed to be a girl.
That is crazy.
So as me having natural born estrogen, I added more estrogen to develop the boob growth and then the skin and all that, the feminine type. Yeah. I already had a female body type when I ran track. Yeah. Yes, of course, niggas were my body. Yeah. But I wasn't fully there all the way to understand what all it takes to be a woman. Okay. It took hormone therapy. It took me to YouTube channels and blogs to understand and asking questions.
What was really going on?
What's really going on?
And how to do it.
How to do it. What does this estrogen do to your body? Yeah. To become this.
So I got a question. Okay, going back. So for the people who feel like you can be born like that or not, like what would you say to those people? Because I always feel like I don't know if you could be born like that, but I'm like at a young age, like I'm like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? If you just like in elementary school, you know what you're attracted to, but the world says you as a man or a boy, you're supposed to deal with a woman. Mm-hmm. So how does someone navigate that?
It's a choice. It's a choice, but it's also based off what was taught. Yeah. Yes, they say. Yeah. Girl and boys is made together because it was what was taught in the Bible. A lot of shit is man-made. It's self-taught. It's self-knowledge now. But back then, we go based on what was taught to us as a kid through our fathers and grandparents because it's a spiritual thing. Mm-hmm. And to me, I knew what they was talking about. I wasn't going through it at the time. After the fact, after my brain cells was developing what needs to be developed, and I say, Well, hell, if that's the case, then we different for a reason. Everybody's not meant for a woman. Everybody ain't meant for a man. Everybody ain't meant for a woman to woman. Everybody ain't meant for a man to man. It's a choice.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like, well, we differ for a reason. So it's like, if you accept it or you don't.
And so that goes back. So then we can go back to the people who said, if you need me, call me.
Call me.
So do you feel like they don't?
But I don't. I mean, I understood.
Because of that?
No, I don't think it's based off my transition. I think that's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Because I dealt with my transition with my mama and I together. And I do my transition by myself because I'm older now.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actual life situations, it's bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit. And I just felt like, no.
Mm-mm. So I got a question. So you said you don't feel like it's because of your transition. Mm-mm. Do you feel like people like accepted you from the beginning, or was that hard?
No.
Like, the smile. What the smile say? Let me know.
I smiled because I came out publicly on Facebook.
At what age?
Took my first hormone pill. And I ended up documenting that on YouTube. I actually have a YouTube channel back then, during high school and after high school.
You started the transition in high school? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I did my blogging, my pictures and stuff like that. And I mean, I still looked the same, but you can just tell by the progress of the hormones, whatever.
So you most definitely, when we do the you got to give everybody that information, okay?
Yeah, I definitely will.
Yeah, we're still up too. You have to.
Yeah, I smile because I went public on Facebook. I tagged each and everybody on Facebook in my family, on my daddy's side, I'm going to say. Because I'm the first trans in my family on both sides. I have a lot of gays, I have bisexuals in my family, but I'm the first trans. So when I let them know about it on Facebook, I start off with the name. That's when I let everybody know on Facebook and say, hey, this is this. Identify me as this name. I'll go by this name. And this is when I think my auntie at the time tagged everybody through an inbox or group chat. And as I see everybody in the group chat saying like, oh my God, this and the third, I love you cuz, I accept you for you, I love you, live your life, do you. That's all I kept getting. That's all I kept getting. There was no disappointment.
Okay.
There was no backlash. There was no negative thoughts. There was no nothing negative. They just told me just embrace, just live you, be you. But my grandmother told me, and she's still living to this day, she told me, if you go become that, be your best. Be the baddest one out here. I took her key and I've been that baddest one.
That's why you like that clock it, Grandma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it took her to have me recognize, to understand other trans women. Our favorite person is Laverne Cox.
I don't even know who that is.
Laverne Cox is the main one that started the transgender activist and the transgender, the one that played Orange and New Black.
When you start saying that, I was wondering if I love her.
She's the first one that started the transition. Then it came from after her, Janet Mock and all the other trans women, the real ones. Amaya Scott, that's my idol. That's my girl.
Okay.
They just gave us grace when it comes to the transition thing, and more open, and for us to come out there, like we the it girls, you know what I'm saying? But it's how you serve it. If you go be this, do it right.
Yeah.
If you go be this, you go treat it as that.
Yeah.
And I've been that, and I've been treated as such.
Absolutely.
So I don't get misgendered. I don't get questioned. I don't be in a harm situation. It's just that on that because I stand my ground. And I tell you what it is.
That was something I was going to ask you. Like, I'm glad your family was like supportive for real, because sometimes families is like absolutely not. And I thought that same thing. Yeah. Too.
But then again, I was like, when I got more in tune with myself, with the confidence, that's when I realized I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna live me.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be me. Yeah. Whether you accept it or not. I'm not here to please my life for you because you feel away.
You know what's so crazy? And I'm gonna go back. I love that you said that because it's so many people that not even trans women that don't live their life like this is me, and you gonna take it or leave it. They people please and they want to be a certain way for everybody else. So it's just crazy, like the confidence that you got. Like people need to see that, and not just trans women, but all women, because we dumb ourselves down sometimes for people and for men, and you know what I mean, in society.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. So yeah, y'all see this? My girl said, clock that. See, yeah, the confidence. I absolutely love it. I cannot lie. I promise, baby. It's my favorite. Seriously. Okay, so look, like I always go back to like the world and how they treat just people in your community, period. And just how rude they can be and angry. And I call them, I don't mean to name call, I'm just being honest. Like they are, what is the word I call them? We call them all kinds of stuff sometimes. But they just like homophobic. You know what I'm saying? And then they be rude, like don't want certain people to serve them and all kind of stuff. Like, have you ever had like a person treat you some kind of way because of that? Like, no, you don't play that.
I don't.
Period. Stand up for yourself. And for the homophobic people, what we gonna tell them? Don't play with us. With her.
Don't play with me. Don't play with nobody else. Play with your mama.
Hello. Playing with your mama. Okay, clock that. All right, so you were saying that, what's the issue?
What's the issue?
So talk about that. Explain what you mean when you say what's the issue. I gotta know.
The issue, it's a lot of issues with everything and everybody, because I feel like, what are you mad about? What are you so upset about? What are you jealous about? What is there to hate on? It's the black community. When you just watch the Kardashians and stuff like that, you see how close they are and friendly and hating towards each other, whatever. They mix the love hate type thing, but mostly love.
Yeah.
It's like we have that in the black community, but it's like everybody don't know each other. What I was taught, we all supposed to be brothers and sisters.
For sure.
We ain't supposed to treat each other or this, that, and the third. Like, oh, that be there and this. Why? Why is there so much hate going on?
You know what? What I say all the time is, some things I don't understand, and I feel like I can't understand it because my brain don't function the way theirs do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even stoop down to the level to hate somebody. Now, it's the people that I dislike. You know what I'm saying? Or I ain't gonna say dislike, but I wouldn't deal with them because they're not my type of people. However, it's just like, I don't understand them. I don't understand how people do certain stuff that they do or treat people a certain type of way, because it's like, I don't even think on that type of level. You know what I mean? But it's a whole lot of hate. And I'm just like, I'm thinking when you saying, what's the issue? It's like, who did something to you, baby? Who was it? But it's the black community.
It's the black community because I don't have enemies. I don't have drama.
Yeah.
I don't deal with that.
Yeah.
Because I separate myself because I know how I am. And my mouth is real. My attitude is just girl. Like, computer tell me like, oh my God, you so sweet. Yeah, I'm sweet. I'm a sweetheart. But I'm not nice. That's the difference.
Hello.
I'm not playing with nobody's son. I'm not playing with nobody's daughter.
Yeah.
Respect me is what you see. And my issue is, when it comes to the men, it's so many men that wants to date trans women, and I get them left and right. But at the beginning time, during my transition, a lot of men was like, "Oh my God, damn, you fine, you're a turn on," or like. And then I think about it now, I think like, damn, all you niggas was thinking I was a sex toy, because how I look and how I carry myself is so soft and feminine, and you get two in both worlds.
Yeah.
And now, because at the time, I would put trans on my actual picture on my profile. I would put trans in my bio. I would put trans this #trans. But it's like guys will not see that. How you not see that? That's the first thing you see on my page. That's the boldest thing you see on my page. You've seen it. I didn't know you was. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Never would expose your ass. All them feedbacks would be on your ass because now it's like, I didn't know. How you not see that?
So I got a question, baby. Do you feel like they shy away from it once they some people, some men, like you said, they are attracted to trans women.
Mm-hmm.
And once they come to you, you are one of them. Like, this is what it is, and I don't hide who I am. I live out loud. And if you don't want to live out loud, you need to go on somewhere. And then it becomes I didn't know you was trans, and they run away from it because they don't want people to know. Mm-hmm. Is it because they think that is that gay?
No.
Or do they? You know what I'm saying? Because do they consider themselves as
First of all, a lot of these people are not educated.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm very educated. I educated myself during the time I transitioned on now.
Yeah.
No, you're not gay.
Come on.
Because if you think about it, there's only two genders in this world: female and male. I'm a trans woman. Reality, I'm a woman. Okay. Here's the thing, because a lot of men say, I never talked to a trans girl, a trans before. Yes, you have. A lot of people have. Why? There's a lot of trans women that's passable if they're not going to say they are trans because just look at them. They get surgery to fulfill that, what they want as confidence. Mm-hmm. So when I say like, I never talked to a trans, I say, yes, you have, because a lot of these women is not going to say anything on their bio. I feel like I'm the only one that do in Kansas City because it's like, that's all you see is trans.
Yeah.
So when I say like, I never talked to a trans, I say, yes, you have, because a lot of these women is not going to say anything on their bio. I feel like I'm the only one that do in Kansas City because it's like, that's all you see is trans.
Yeah.
Whether I post it or not, I'm trans. And they be like, oh, no, you're not. I say, yes, I am. Let me see. No.
Let them see?
Let me see.
What in the world? Why would you want to see? Why would you want to see if this ain't that?
Right. Because what I was told by men, there's a lot of women out there that say they are trans women, and they're not trans. That's one. Different. And the man response was, all you had to say you wasn't interested. That's all you had to say. And that's in biological women. Like, you don't have to say, if you don't like a person, just say you don't like a person. You don't have to say, oh, I'm trans. I get that you can say you're trans just to get the person from stop bothering you. I get that. But that's also putting a line on us because not everybody's trans.
I was just about to say that because that's not cool.
It's not cool, but not everybody's trans. And then you have a lot of crush dressers that look like women that's not actually trans. Yeah. You're trans when you start taking your hormones.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's the difference.
You're gonna know when a person is trans because it's the parts of the body.
Yeah.
It's the boobs, it's the voice, it's a lot that comes with the trans hormones. But at the same time, it's like not everybody's trans. I tell people all the time, like, oh, but what makes you think, oh, because no.
Because they dress like women. They dress like them
no.
It's the hormones.
It's the hormones.
And okay, that's the difference.
That's the difference.
Okay, you educated me. For real, because I hear that a lot. Like, they refer to themselves as women. But they haven't. Well, I don't know if they started the process, but you can kind of tell when somebody is using a different voice. Not only that, and that's not natural.
You have women with deep voices. Does not make them a man.
Yeah.
You have men with soft voices. Does not mean that's a woman.
That's true.
Now, here's the thing. You have biological women that look like men.
Right.
You have men that look like women. Mm-hmm. But 9 times out of 10, we all assume who is who. Why I say that is because just because that's your daughter, even though you know her, I don't know her. I don't know what's between her legs.
Absolutely.
That's your son. I don't know what's between his legs.
Right.
Because that's his job and that's her job to let me know what it is and what it ain't.
Yeah.
That could be a girl and she can have a between her legs. And that could be a man with a between his legs. We don't know that. We just assume who was who because the physical of the body. Oh, you a girl. Okay. I'm a girl. Yeah, cool.
So you just assuming.
You just assume.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy? I bet you that's how a lot of people get hurt because you didn't even really ask me. You just assumed you knew who
you
I
just
was.
assumed who I was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a female. Oh, that's a third. But then,
and then I tricked you.
You tricked me. But not only that, females are still males. We still have females that still have male hormones, the testosterone.
Some women,
testosterone. That's why some of them have hairs. Some of them is hairy than others. Some of them have hormonal problems that have, mustache, fuzz, or they have too much hair on their legs, or sometimes they can't control it. That's the testosterone. Some people
even have hair on their. Some women have hair on their chest and everything. Yeah. So it's just that testosterone, that hormones produces more.
Yeah. Hormones creates the feminization and masculinity of a person. Just because you have a T does not make you a woman. That's just the signs of the body.
So what makes them a woman? The hormones.
The hormones. Because we get the feminization. And the softness, the classiness, and the males hardcore, this and the third. It's the hormones. It's the puberty. So without that, you're nothing. You're just a human skeleton without the hormones. So when certain females and start playing with their stuff, that click thing and shit like that, that's the they play with.
So you trying to tell me That's it for today's episode of This is the Real Hustle. If something hit your heart, share it, tag a friend, or just sit with it. Remember, this hustle is not about performing, it's about becoming. Life is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. You can follow the show at The Real Hustle Pod, DM me, and tell me what your this is. I see you, I'm praying for you, and we're walking this thing out together, one conversation at a time.